The Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase has come and gone. Yes, it was yesterday. Yes, I am late, but better late than never, right? I wanted to give some of my thoughts because while this Nintendo Partnership Direct was kind of not that exciting leading up to it, there was a fair amount of surprises here, a good amount of games. And I thought it confirmed a lot of things that we kind of already knew. We had rumors going to this about the Xbox multi-platform initiative that's going on. We wanted to know what games were coming out, and it was actually an unexpected surprise right off the gate from Xbox to announce that Grounded is coming to the Nintendo Switch. And this is kind of like Honey, I Shrunk the Kids if you haven't played it. It was early access for the longest time on Game Pass, and now it's finally out. And I think it could do good on the Nintendo Switch. It wasn't my bag. The game just felt like it was empty and incomplete. Kind of like what Power World is right now. But I think maybe this might be something that might do good on the Nintendo Switch. If you remember, Xbox was about these games being older. They feel like they didn't get the love, and they wanted to see if they can grow the player base by expanding them elsewhere. So it was definitely a welcome surprise. They also introduced Permanent as well, coming to the Nintendo Switch. It will be launching today, in fact. Nice little shadow drop. And, you know, while these editions aren't groundbreaking, while these aren't like huge games like Gears of War or Halo from the Xbox brand, it's actually really cool to see Xbox take their IPs, take their games, and put them out there and on other platforms. It's showing that they are willing to, I guess, change the gaming landscape for the better. I, honestly, if you think about it, and maybe this is the start of something good, because the next thing that they did that was the big surprise, and I know there's a little bit of division of opinion on this, was Rare retro games are back on the Super Nintendo, the NES, and the Nintendo 64 Switch Online. We got RC Pro-Am, Snake Rattle and Roll, Killer Instinct, Blast Core, and I think I'm missing one more off the top of my head. But yeah, these games, some of the classics that had been made by Rare on the classic Nintendo game consoles. Now, I did see some people upset because they were wanting Rare Replay, myself included. I kind of had a prediction that, or I guess a wish list, that Rare Replay would come to the Nintendo Switch, and we got games on the Switch Online service instead. Like, it's such a Nintendo thing for them not to put Rare Replay out as a complete bundle, because Nintendo wants us to pay for a Switch Online service that they could drip feed these NES and Super Nintendo and 64 games. Honestly, it is kind of a Nintendo thing to do, and that's that toxic relationship that we have with them. I much rather would have had Rare Replay come out as a game that we could buy with the games on it, but Nintendo ain't gonna let anybody do that. They want those NES games back in the Switch Online. But it was good to see Killer Instinct, the Super Nintendo version, back at it. Maybe this is a sign of things to come for the working relationship with Nintendo and Xbox. There was a few other games that were announced. One that stood out to me was that Pocket Card Jockey. That game has actually been kind of hyped up to me as of late. It has to do with like cute little chubby horses and stuff. I personally haven't played it. Apparently it was a smash hit on mobile. I have no clue. I guess I'm gonna have to check it out. Monster Hunter Stories was a nice port coming over from the 3DS. 3DS was full of great games, and I feel, you know, for gamers like me that aren't into handhelds, we kind of didn't give games like Luigi's Mansion 2, which is also being ported, Kid Icarus, which I want to be ported, and other games, the love that they deserve. Like, there's just something about playing on a handheld that I can't get into for too long. So seeing Monster Hunter Stories come out, and Monster Hunter is like one of the games that I could fuck with. I love Monster Hunter anything, and I love that the Switch has been getting a steady stream of these Monster Hunter games like every year or so. I like the one that came out a couple years ago. On top of that, there was Epic Mickey Refurbished. We're getting a remake of Epic Mickey. Again, another game that I didn't give enough love when it was originally out, like on the Wii or the Wii U. Both of the Epic Mickey games. Glad to see that it's coming out. Now, the one thing I'll complain about is the price for Epic Mickey Refurbished, or whatever the fuck it's going to be called. Rebrushed. It's called Rebrushed. I'm so stupid. Refurbished. Rebrushed. I'm not a fan of the price that it's going to be. I think this needs to be a cheaper title. Luckily, it's probably going to go on sale rather quickly. And yeah, you know, Monster Hunter and Epic Mickey aren't new titles, but at least, They offer like I guess an updated quality of life, new graphics, new changes and stuff like that. On top of that, there was like a lot of other games that I really have no interest in, like a lot of weeb stuff. I'm not a fan of like the JRPG stuff, like the Shin Megames and like all the Sword Art Online and all that. But I can appreciate how much it shows that Nintendo is willing to have as far as like partner support. Third party is really crucial for a console's lifespan. And when we're getting into the latter years of the Switch, which there's a lot of uncertainty right now with the Switch 2 coming out and people not knowing if there's going to be much more in the way of like big first party games beyond Princess Peach and the Paper Mario port that's coming out from GameCube, which is fantastic. Mario vs. Donkey Kong just came out. So what's left with Nintendo? Hopefully we get like a big Nintendo first party direct soon. But this direct, this partnership direct or partner direct had like at least a good solid 30 titles. Several of them are coming out in May and June. There's a couple in April. Some dropping tomorrow, or today, like Permanent. A lot of demos as well. So if you're looking for some games in different variety, like there's a little bit of everything that was showcased in this. Not huge bangers, but enough. There was like a couple games that did catch my eye. The Another Crab's Treasure game, I think that's the name of it. It's kind of like a Souls-like game. I'm calling it right now, guys. You can mark it down right now when you're watching this. That's going to be a sleeper hit. That's going to be a hidden gem. That's going to be the game out of all these announced. Fuck that the Pocket Jockey and, fuck Grounded and Permanent and all that. Another Crab's Treasure is going to be the sleeper hit out of all these announced. And, yeah, so a Nintendo Direct that we had long waited for. I thought it was all right. Going in, guys, you have to have your expectations checked, especially if it's a partner direct with third-party games. You can't be thinking there's going to be Mario, Zelda, and Metroid. And I know I made a video the other day. I was kind of like the warning to fanboys. Guys, I was being satirical. I know you guys get a little sensitive and stuff, and some people thought I was being serious and really down-talking. I was being satirical because no matter what, people will always complain about these directs. They're never really good enough because we expect the best from Nintendo, and I think this was all right. Again, it had a lot of stuff that we kind of already figured was coming, like some of the games that were with Rare and with Grounded and all that. And even though we didn't expect it to happen, it still did. Like, we knew it was on the shelf in the future, but it was nice to see Xbox come out and make an appearance, especially after their business update last week. So it's all coming together, guys. Now we just have to wait for the next big Nintendo Direct. What were your thoughts on this? I thought on a scale 1 through 10, I'd give it like a solid 7.5. There's a good variety here. Some games I'm definitely going to check out. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Subscribe if you're brand new, and I will see you guys later. Check out.